Right, so all of July, gold did absolutely nothing. It sat between about 4,000 and 4,100 for a solid month and bored everyone to death. Same story every morning, you open your chart, nothing's moved, you close your chart. Then all of a sudden, last week, it just wakes up. On Wednesday, gold rallied 4% in a single day. Actually, it was a bit more than 4%. Next day, Thursday, it did absolutely nothing, boring again. And then comes Friday, where it added another 2.4%. And I think it went as high as 3.2%. So from Wednesday's open to Friday's high, that's 7.2% on gold in 3 days. After a month of flat, right? Remember those 3 days though, because they are important. We're going to talk a lot about these big spikes that happen over a few days and what they mean. Anyway, also silver came along for the ride and it's sat at around $63 now. And as usual, investors lost their mind. Bottoms in, here we go. My email inbox on Friday was absolutely unreal. Really lovely people. I love your emails, don't get me wrong. But they were all asking me the same version of the same question. Should I buy now? Have I left it too late? Is it going to run away from me? And I know exactly how that feels because I felt that in 2011 when I first wanted to buy silver. But I didn't buy, and I never regretted that decision because it meant the difference between silver at $50 and silver at $20. Now, let me be really clear about this though, because that's not what I'm saying here. Because there's always some guy called Chad in the comments who hears everything in black and white. And what Chad is going to say is, Nick says, do not buy gold. It's definitely going back to 4K or lower. Or don't buy silver because it'll go back to $20. That's not what I'm saying. There's a lot of layers to this and I'm going to go through them one by one in this video. Personally, I probably won't buy any more gold unless it gets below $4,000, but I'm not selling any either. I've got 30% of my portfolio metals already, so trust me when I say I'm very, very bullish on metals. My friends call me Magneto for a reason. So no, I'm not saying don't buy gold. If you want to buy some, go and get some. Never let some knob on YouTube tell you not to buy gold if you want to. What I'm saying is you might not want to buy it all at once just because it pumped for 3 days. And I say that because 96% of the time a move like this happens, it's a trap. 96%, I've said that a bunch of times, and it's a very specific number. Where am I pulling that number from? Well, it's all data. And I have the data. I went and counted every single time gold pumped at least 7% in a short period since 1975. So every time it pumped at least 7% in 3 days. I found 26 instances. I'm perfectly aware of how sad that sounds, but yeah, I actually did that. And then I went back and I looked for some even more important data, which we'll talk about soon. So I was specifically looking for these quick, sharp price spikes over a short period of time, like we saw Wednesday through to Thursday of last week. And I don't want you to take my word for it. I published this data for you on my new free community. I launched a community called Owners Club for, owners of gold and silver. It's an old school forum style community. There's a link to it below. Join now, it's free, and you get to talk with me and other people who are interested in gold and silver. It's a fun community. Quick thing before you go, I've written a free guide called How to Retire Before 2036. It's a full 10-year plan for anyone starting late. Get out of debt, invest properly, retire on time. Free download, link in the description.